ready to discover which cars could be your biggest regret in 2025? And which ones might become your best automotive decision yet? In this video, we're revealing the 3 most disappointing models you should steer clear of, plus 4 standout vehicles truly worthy of your investment. Backed by extensive road tests, professional insights, and a deep dive into real-world reliability data, this lineup spans efficiency, comfort, and off-road capabilities. Buckle up, because we're about to unveil the real winners and losers of 2025. Let's kick things off with our 3 worst cars to avoid. First up is the Ford Escape Hybrid. Now, before you jump in the comments saying, "But John, the Ford Escape Hybrid has always been a decent option," hear me out. Ford initially hit the market hard years ago with one of the first mainstream hybrid SUVs, and in many respects, it was groundbreaking. However, the 2025 iteration seems to have lost some ground compared to the competition. One of the biggest issues is the reliability of its battery system and the integration with Ford's latest electronic control modules. The new generation's powertrain has been experiencing intermittent software glitches, particularly noticeable when switching between electric and gasoline modes. Those transitions are no longer smooth, leading to abrupt surges or lags in power, something you never want to feel when you're merging onto a busy highway. Plus, despite the hybrid label, real-world fuel economy in combined city and highway driving tests has hovered around a modest 34 miles per gallon, which is a letdown for a hybrid SUV in 2025. Then there's the interior. While the seats are supportive enough, the cabin materials seem subpar for the price bracket, with an overabundance of hard plastics and a multimedia interface that lags behind the competition. Ford's sync system is usually functional, but in this model, voice recognition has proven glitchy, and the user interface is not as intuitive as it should be. If you plan on holding on to your SUV for several years, the potential maintenance costs for the hybrid system and the complicated software updates could eat into your wallet. Factor that in alongside stiff competition from other manufacturers that have nailed down hybrid reliability, and you can see why the 2025 Ford Escape Hybrid, in my view, lands firmly on the avoid list. Next, let's move on to the Chevrolet Colorado. This might shock some people because the Colorado nameplate has historically carried a lot of weight for fans of mid-size trucks, offering respectable towing capacity and good off-road chops in earlier models. But here's where the 2025 model stumbles. The biggest red flag I encountered is the questionable build quality. While the exterior design is rugged and appealing to the eye, once you hop in the driver's seat and start putting on the miles, you realize it has some worrying shortcomings. Owners have reported issues with steering stability, particularly noticeable on winding roads or high-speed highways. There's also been talk about subpar gearbox tuning. Chevrolet introduced a newer variant of their transmission in the Colorado, but it seems ill-matched to the engine's torque curve. Shifting can feel clunky and delayed, especially under heavy load. Imagine trying to accelerate uphill while towing a small trailer, only to feel the truck jerk between gears. Additionally, the interior feels like a step back rather than forward. The seats don't provide enough lumbar support, and during extended drives, that discomfort becomes very apparent. The infotainment system is decent, but the occasional freeze-ups, combined with the slow response times, signal that Chevy needs to iron out some software bugs. Most troubling, though, are the reliability concerns. Reports about electrical gremlins, like random dash warning lights flashing or the engine stalling at inconvenient moments, are floating around the community. Plus, the cost to replace certain components when they fail can be steep. When you add it all up, you get a mid-sized truck that feels just short of the mark. It's neither the off-road king you'd hope for, nor is it the reliable daily workhorse many people need. With stiff competition from Ford, Toyota, and even Nissan in the mid-sized truck segment, the Colorado can feel like a riskier bet, making it my second worst pick for 2025. Rounding out the avoid trio is the GMC Grand Canyon. Now, I know some folks are scratching their heads. Isn't the Canyon known for being basically a premium version of the Colorado? Yes, typically the Canyon line is a sibling to the Colorado, marketed with a touch more style and interior refinements. But the 2025 GMC Grand Canyon has run into similar pitfalls as the Colorado, and more. The design language is quite bold, and might appeal to those who want a rugged, upscale truck. However, the moment you dig deeper, you discover the reliability issues with the powertrain are equally concerning here. if not worse. The turbocharged engine option that some owners select for extra oomph seems plagued by turbo lag and sporadic mechanical issues, like excess oil consumption and odd noises under acceleration. The interior, while draped in what appears to be premium materials, soft touch dashboards, perforated leather seats, still suffers from suboptimal fit and finish. You'll find panels that don't align perfectly, creaking sounds that emerge after only a few thousand miles, and electronics that occasionally flicker. Buyers shelling out the premium price tag might hope for a truly luxurious experience, but the execution isn't up to par. Fuel economy also leaves a lot to be desired, especially if you opt for the more powerful trim. Don't get me wrong, when it works well, the Grand Canyon can be comfortable to drive, thanks to advanced suspension tuning. But longevity is key, and with the track record of mechanical hiccups and quality control issues, I can't in good conscience recommend it. There are simply more trustworthy, refined options out there that will give you peace of mind and a better ownership experience over the long haul. Now, let's shift gears to something more exciting. The 4 best cars you'll want to consider buying in 2025. We'll start with the Honda Civic Type R 2025. If you're a performance enthusiast, you're already aware that the Type R badge has become legendary among hot hatch fans. Honda has taken everything we've loved about previous models: razor-sharp handling, an engaging 6-speed manual transmission, a well-tuned turbocharged engine, and elevated it to new heights. The 2025 Civic Type R features a turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4 that pumps out around 330 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Refined for even better throttle response. Thanks to an updated suspension geometry, you get minimal torque steer and impeccable cornering. If you're like me and you love the feeling of a car that practically reads your mind, the Type R's adaptive dampers and improved chassis rigidity will have you grinning on every twisty back road. The interior strikes a balance between sportiness and comfort, with those signature red sports seats that hug you in all the right places. Meanwhile, Honda's updated infotainment system is fluid, with a user-friendly interface that's leaps ahead of older models. And for those worried about daily usability, the Civic Type R remains surprisingly practical. The rear seats fold down if you need extra cargo space, and the car's ride quality, while firm, is still forgiving enough for day-to-day commutes. Factor in Honda's reputation for reliability, and the Type R is not just a blast to drive, but a solid investment for performance aficionados. In a market that sometimes feels overrun by crossovers, the 2025 Civic Type R is a refreshing reminder of what a well-engineered sports hatch can deliver. Next up is the Chevrolet Trax 2025. Now, I know many of you might not have expected a Chevy on the best list after seeing 2 Chevys on the worst side, but hey, credit where credit is due. The Trax has been completely revitalized for 2025. Gone is the bare-bones subcompact SUV that felt more like an afterthought in Chevrolet's lineup. Instead, the new Trax embraces a modern design language, offering sharper lines and a more sculpted profile that sets it apart from its previous iterations. But it's not just about looks. The 2025 Trax boasts an updated 1.3-liter turbocharged engine that delivers a spirited yet efficient drive. We're talking close to 155 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque, which might not sound astounding on paper, but trust me, behind the wheel, it feels lively. Chevrolet has also refined the suspension setup, making daily commutes much smoother and more comfortable. Inside, the cabin has taken a giant leap forward with higher quality materials, intuitive layout, and technology that actually feels relevant. The new infotainment screen is larger, with crisp graphics and seamless smartphone integration. You also get advanced safety features like lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking, standard across most trims. For those seeking an affordable SUV that doesn't skimp on amenities and can easily handle city driving, the 2025 Chevy Trax is genuinely impressive. Combine that with improved reliability ratings, something Chevy has clearly strived for, and you have a compact SUV that easily earns a spot on the best list for 2025. Moving on to the Kia Telluride. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know I have a soft spot for the Telluride, and the 2025 version only cements that love further. Kia made a massive splash when they introduced the Telluride, especially in the United States, and it quickly became a benchmark in the mid-size SUV segment. So, what's new for 2025? First off, you get an interior that rivals some luxury SUVs costing thousands more. The seats are plush, with optional quilted Napa leather in the top trims, and the dashboard layout is both modern and user-friendly. Every button and knob feels thoughtfully placed. Under the hood, the 3.8-liter V6 remains a solid choice, delivering a refined 291 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Sure, it won't blow your socks off in terms of raw speed, but what it lacks in sportiness, it makes up for with smooth, consistent power delivery, perfect for highway merging or spirited backroad cruising. The handling is surprisingly composed for a vehicle of this size, and Kia's suite of driver assistance technologies, like blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and a 360-degree camera, makes the Telluride easy to navigate in tight urban spaces. One of the biggest selling points remains the interior space, with 3 rows of comfortable seating and a cargo area that won't leave you squeezing luggage in Tetris style. The Telluride is ideal for families, road trippers, or anyone who just likes some breathing room. Reliability has also been consistently above average, and Kia's strong warranty only adds to the peace of mind. For me, the 2025 Telluride continues to be the go-to recommendation if you're looking for a versatile SUV that combines style, comfort, and proven dependability. Rounding out our best list is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. Honda's CR-V line has been a crowd favorite for years, and the 2025 hybrid model proves why it continues to dominate. The powertrain pairs a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine with electric motors to provide around 212 combined horsepower. But the real story is the fuel efficiency, which hovers impressively near the mid-40s in miles per gallon, depending on your driving habits. That figure can be a game-changer for families or commuters looking to trim their fuel expenses without compromising on space. The CR-V Hybrid has a spacious cabin with top-notch visibility, a characteristic trait of this model line, making driving less stressful, whether you're navigating busy city streets or rolling along open highways. Its infotainment system has been refined for 2025, featuring a standard touchscreen with sharper resolution and quicker response times. Honda has also upgraded the suite of safety features, so the CR-V Hybrid comes standard with adaptive cruise control, traffic sign recognition, and a revamped collision mitigation braking system that's more seamless and less intrusive. From a driving dynamics perspective, the CR-V Hybrid feels composed and stable. The electric motors provide smooth torque delivery at lower speeds, giving you that extra boost when you need to overtake or climb steep inclines. The ride quality is comfort-oriented, soaking up road imperfections nicely, which is exactly what most folks want in a compact SUV. And, like most Hondas, you can expect high resale value and fewer trips to the repair shop in the long run. It's no wonder the CR-V Hybrid continues to be a top contender in the ever-competitive crossover market. That's the short version of which cars to skip and which to buy in 2025. The Ford Escape Hybrid, Chevrolet Colorado, and GMC Grand Canyon stumble because of reliability and build issues, while the Honda Civic Type R 2025, Chevrolet Trax 2025, Kia Telluride, and Honda CR-V Hybrid excel in performance, comfort, and modern technology. Ultimately, it's crucial to research and test drive for your own needs, as the market is always evolving. If you found this helpful, or if you disagree, let us know in the comments, and hit subscribe to stay tuned for more unbiased car reviews and insights.